What's up guys, FlamingVictini here, and we're back again to do some more Mola suspect laddering. This time I'm going to be using another team given to me by 49. I really enjoyed the last time I played with 49's team, so I want to just use another one of the teams that he gave me, featuring Sub Bulk Up Gallade, which actually does a decent amount of work to his team. This is literally Shakes Mola Reggie with a random Diancie over Drapion, and you need Drapion, but yeah, so Rotom does a lot of work to his team. A lot meaning like a ton. Like, it just kind of destroys him. Galley does some work. I'm running Psycho Cut for those with Venusaur, and because I have CB Sneasel to trap stuff like Yuxi right there, but if I wear down that Diancie and that Yuxi, then the Gallade can obviously sweep. Let's see, what else? Ooh, in general, I just have some yummy stuff. So I'm going to lead off with my Rotom because it just does so well versus his team. He does lead off with his Diancie, so... I'm not sure what this Diancie is. I'm just going to pull a switch into my Registeel, as it's a pretty solid answer to Diancie, as he does show that he's OTR. Okay, so he is OTR Diancie. I'm just going to get out my rocks. If he wants to Earth Power, if he wants to Trick Room, so be it. But, yeah, I don't know, people throw in OTR Diancie on, like, random teams. Okay, he pulls a switch into Yuxi. What is this doing? I'm gonna pull a switch into Sneasel because I think this is, he's, like, really has, okay, he knocks off, okay. That I can understand, I steal his leftovers, oh my god. See, okay, I'm gonna start running Pickpocket on my Sneasels. I've been using Inner Focus. Actually, Inner Focus is useful for opposing Sneasel Ice Crashes. Yeah, so Pickpocket, okay, so it's interesting, but I've heard of bad experiences with switching Sneasel in on a Drapion Choice Scarf knockoff and getting a Scarf, and that just completely messing up the Sneasel. But, I steal his lefties. That's nice, very nice. And I'm gonna knock off as he does switch out into his Diancie. I'm just gonna Iron Tail this. I have no patience. I should switch out because don't get the 75%, I'm gonna get wrecked, but I'm gonna Iron Tail it anyway. If I pursued that Yuxi, it would have been nice, but crisp. See, I thought he would stay in because I'd already removed his item, and Yuxi is so fat that he wouldn't want to get pursued. So I thought so I thought knockoff would just be my overall best play, but it seems like he was not thinking the same thing. Anyway, so he pulls a switch into Mola. I'm going to pull a switch into my Venusaur. As he scalds, does he burn? He does not burn, which means I can fire off a Sleep Powder to catch the Registeel or the Yuxi that wants to come in. Most likely the Registeel. Actually does throw in the Yuxi, which gives me a little more freedom with my Gallade, so I'll take it. And I can also just go to my Rotom right here, as he does stay asleep. I'm going to sub. As he does pull a switch into Registeel. Usually Registeel does not counter Rotom. Usually Rotom sets up all over Registeel. So, yeah, I think he's realized that his mistake in switching into Registeel, as this thing is just going to completely bone him. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is actually just going to completely bone him. I just play it carefully and nothing to worry about. He switches into his Flygon. What's he going to do? I'm going to switch into my Registeel because he's not going to EQ, as he does just U-turn. I wanted to scout for Toxic or him just straight outraging or something like that. As I'm not going to pull a hard... Okay, he pulls in to switch into Yuxi, so this basically just means I'm going back to Sneasel. As he wakes up and knocks off again, so my lefties are gone. Unfortunate. I'm just going to knock because I lose nothing by it. I get to knock off the Alomomola. And that's something I'm really looking forward to, as that does nothing. Jesus Christ. I can still pull a switch straight into my Venu, as he just scalds, he doesn't even wish. So, he does get the burn, so that's something to think about, as I'm just going to Sleep Powder. He does protect. I'm going to Synth on what I think is good. I'm just going to leave Storm. I think he's going to just go to his Magneton, as, yeah, that's exactly what he does. So this way I take out the Magneton, and now he doesn't really have anything to switch into the Sleep Powder. He does pull a switch into his Flygon. I don't have good Flygon switch-ins. Jesus. I really don't. What do I want to switch to? What can I even switch to? I'm just gonna pull switch into my Flygon, as he does just U-turn. Yeah, I don't know why people don't take the offensive initiative with Flygon. I feel like they should more often, like EQ. I don't know. If the thing is, I trapped him into Outrage. If you went for the Outrage right there, that would have been nice for me. But yeah, I can just U-turn out of this Mola into my Venusaur and send off any damage. He's probably just gonna Wish Up. I could even switch into my Rotom if I felt like it, but I feel like it's good to take the opportunity to switch into my Venu, just to heal it up, and I'm not gonna bother to Sleep Powder here, as I really just want to be safe and not accidentally lose to like the Mola or something. So I'm just gonna send up my Venu. He does pull the switch into the Reggie. Out comes my Sleep Powder. In comes my Gallade. And here comes my substitute, as he does pull the switch into Uxie. Let's see what his attacking move is. I'm thinking it's Psyshock, so it is indeed Psyshock, and I tank it. So this thing has turned it from counter into setup fodder. He does go for the U-turn right there, no matter. His Flygon is not going to be able to take me out when I'm at +2, and I can just Drain Punch, heal back a lot of health. And yeah, once this Flygon goes down, I think he kind of just straight up loses to Rotom, so not really worried about anything other than like a crit right here. So, see, he does not get the crit. Wonderful. And down goes the Flygon, and my Glallade's back at full. So this thing just sweeps. And yeah, this thing just sweeps. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, he could like Seismic Toss on my subs and then like status me on the turn I don't sub if he lives a Drain Punch with Registeel, which I don't know if he does, because Registeel is fat, but I don't know. I'm just going to start the next game because I think the end of this current game is pretty straightforward. I get an opponent with another Dugtrio Sneasel team. Trapping, everyone loves trapping. Anyway, he's got Druddigon, rocking some cool stuff basically. He's got the Houndoom for my Rotom. I don't have the... Oh, I have Yachi. I'm gonna lead with this. This thing destroys his team. I have Flygon for his Houndoom, so nothing to worry in that regard. Gallade's not gonna do too much, but I don't know, it can do something. As he switches. Yeah, he just goes to 6. No, I did not mean to do that. I meant to sub, but oh well. He does pull a switch into Sneasel. This is ridiculous. How much does this do? How much does this do? Leaf Storm. Oh my god. There's no way I'm modest. Yeah, I'm not modest, but... Should I Sleep Powder or just Leaf Storm? I'm just gonna Leaf Storm. As he does Icicle Crash, there's the Yachi. Oh my god, there is the flinch. It's just unfortunate. God. So I'm starting the timer because I forgot to on this guy. Man, I literally had the Yachi Berry. I literally had it. Because Sneasel is such a big threat to this team. Oh god. I think, now that I'm seeing this in fresh light, I think Gallade can sweep this team. If I play my cards right, as he does just Icicle Crash again. In comes the Dugtrio. I'm sure of it. What do I do for the Dugtrio? That's the question. Okay, I'm just gonna pull switch into Flygon, as he actually pulls the switch into Druddigon. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna Earthquake for the damage. This Druddigun is technically set up fodder for my Gallade. He actually goes to his Blastoise as on my EQ. Okay. Can't say I was expecting that, but I can U-turn into my Venusaur. If he doesn't burn me, I can just throw out a Sleep Powder. Okay, he does not predict the U-turn, and he goes to his Sneasel. Wonderful. So I'm just going to go to my Sneasel and click Knock Off. If he's CB, he's likely is not running Iron Tail or Low Kick, even though I'm running Iron Tail, because it actually has some use. And he pulls the switch into Druddigon. Jesus. Can't say I expect people to... Okay, I mean, I can understand it. As he pulls the switch into twice. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm just going to Sleep Powder on the switch. Or I'm assuming he's not going to stay in. As he does go to his Sneasel, I'm just going to kill this. I don't care. As he goes to his Houndoom, okay. I didn't want to mess around with sleep turns. So yeah, I win this game because he forfeits because Gallade wins. This guy goes to his Houndoom and fucking burns me. How lucky can you get? I didn't know this was physically possible. And he's gonna try to going to Life Orb stall you. Man, Jesus Christ. These 10% chances are so dumb. Like, I am actually, like, out of it. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna U-turn as he does switch to toys. Oh boy, here comes my Venusaur. Yum. I actually could have gone to my Gallade. I probably should have done that. Whatever, okay. Yeah. Skull burn. I'm just gonna fire off a Sludge Bomb as he does sack his Sneasel, which means I can sleep a new thing and then use that as setup fodder alongside his potential Druddigon and Blastoise as setup fodder. If he goes to his Jug Trap, I'm probably just gonna Sleep Powder it so I can, like, bulk up with my Gallade and then, you know, just bulk it up, basically. And if I remember correctly, this Gallade has Inner Focus for some reason. I don't know why 49 didn't put Justified, so I'm gonna change that. There's no reason not to have Justified. It, like, the other ability just doesn't do anything. It's not Inner Focus, Steadfast. And Steadfast really isn't that useful. He does go into his Houndoom, so it's back into my Flygon. He Dark Pulses. Wonderful. Good for you. Good for you and your burn. You played that well. You played that real well. He does switch into his Hitmonlee. I would expect a knockoff here from him. Honestly, screw it. I'm just going to EQ to get some damage on this. Try to put it in range of Rotom. Does Rotom outrun? It does. Okay, so getting this thing in range of Rotom will be nice so I don't have to Wisp it. And if he just knocks, then I get extra damage. Yeah, so I don't think he'd HJK. I definitely think he'd use knockoff. I just can't switch in my Venusaur because he stayed in and Scald Burned me. And oh, come on. Don't do this to me. I hope it's Showdown and not me. Okay, there we go. We got this fresh new background. As he does just knock off. See, that is the Life Orb damage. Probably gonna see a Mach Punch right here. What is this Venusaur? It is so freaking slow. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna EQ in case he does not Mach, as he does not Mach for whatever reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Into my Venusaur. Here comes a Synthesis, and then I'm just gonna throw in my Registeel on that Houndoom. Well, I have no Fire Blast resist now. Holy shit, that does so much damage. Yeah, I just didn't want to go into Sneasel because I didn't have... Okay, that kills. So this Doug Trio is a potential problem. Because he still has that freaking Houndoom. I'm going to go into my Rotom. how much does Hex do? Rotom. Not Spell Tag, but... yeah, okay, it's not killing, so I'm gonna Wisp. As he tries to Sucker Punch me. Beautiful, so I'm just gonna sub. And I'm gonna let this thing die to Life Orb plus Burn if he happens to have Stone Edge and actually has a way to hit me. If he doesn't, this thing is just gonna run through him. Like, kaput. This thing is just gonna run through him. Rotom's actually really great right now. And he has 2 freaking Dark types, one of which I should have removed or heavily weakened turn 1. I don't know what to say to this guy. I don't know what to say to this guy. So yeah, I'm just gonna sub if, yeah, okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep spamming sub. There's no reason to let him break my sub. And this Doug Chair is slowly gonna die, or if he switches out, it's just gonna be a non-threat, gonna be set up fodder for later on. Basically no worries, his Houndoom is in range of discharge, so nothing to worry about on that end. And the rest of his other 2 mons should just get... if it's making me win, I don't see the problem. Some dumbasses on this ladder, seriously. Like, there's no reason to predict if you don't have to. It's as simple as that. There's no reason to predict if you don't have to. It's really not that hard to understand, but I don't know why people get mad when they over-predict, or they just play bad, or they get lucky and burn your Flygon with Fire Blast. Like, yeah, I don't... Jesus. I freaking hate Ice Beam. I was playing Slam. I was playing my NU Open game, and I had a Calm Mind Zatu that swept 5 out of 6 mons on his team. The 6th mon needing to hit a Stone Edge to actually kill my Zatu, and not being able to switch into Zatu safely, and 4 out of 6 mons are just completely set up on by Zatu, and he froze me with Ice Beam. So I'm like, oh my god, fine. I switched out to my Lantern and I Heal Belled. And then he froze me with Ice Beam again. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, we play an Escavalier. If this is sub, my Rotom is gonna take a big beating. But Registeel is actually surprisingly good at chipping Escavalier, even though Escavalier can technically, it does beat Registeel 1v1. He has that Rhyperior, and that's something I'm worried about. Yeah, I'm worried about that Rhyperior, definitely. Also the fact that he can Heal Bell. He actually leads off with this Rhyperior. I'm gonna Wisp this thing. I'm really, really worried about this Rhyperior because his Diancie could be wrong, and if this is CB, I just don't have good switch-ins. Yeah, I just don't have good switch-ins. Because Ice Punch takes out Flygon, EQ takes out everything else except for Rotom, and Edge obviously takes out Rotom while still hitting Venusaur and Sneasel. I do have Protect on my Registeel, and that's really useful. He has Protect, okay. Okay. See, that makes you feel bad, because in no world would you actually substitute on Rhyperior, especially when it could be Rock Blast. But at the same time, if you did right there, it would have been so good for you. But, the annoying thing is that I kind of need Burns to manage his Escavalier and his Rhyperior. And he has a Diancie, which can Heal Bell, definitely, so I have to be worried about that. Although I do think Gallade can put in work on his team. I forgot to change Steadfast to Justified. This guy is taking a long time. And this is probably going to be the last game for this live. I want to keep this one a little bit short. The last one is a little longer. And, god, maybe it's just the lag. Just the lag. Man, I need to do more OLT laddering too. Cycle 5, and make 2 more cycles after this if I don't make this cycle. And I just haven't had time to ladder. He does pull the switch in Diancie. I'm going to take the opportunity to start hexing this thing while it's burned, because if I can kill this Diancie quickly, that's just great. He Diamond Storms for whatever reason. I don't know why, and he's not... Leftovers. Okay. So I'm going to pull a switch into my Registeel because I don't want to take a Moonblast, and this next hex is obviously not killing. I was willing to take one Moonblast, but I don't want to take that extra 20% plus a Moonblast. I don't know. I want to keep my Rotom as healthy as I possibly can, just because it is pretty important in this game, I feel. Sneasel is definitely going to look up to be a big threat to him. He doesn't have good switch-ins to it at all. His best switch-in is a Scavalier. Gallade obviously has winning potential. He pulls a switch into a Rhyperior. Protect, as he just EQs. Let's find out if this thing is banded or not. We'll find out right now. If he switches up those moves, I already know. It's gonna be a tough game, as he does just EQ. I'm just gonna U-turn. If he stays in, he presumably Ice Punches, which means I switch in my Venusaur. Okay, so he is not choiced. That is bad. He is switching to his Escavalier. I'm hoping it does not have knockoff. They usually, recently, haven't been running knockoff. I don't know, if it's knockoff, I'm in trouble. That's, yeah. He does actually pull a switch into Diancie. So, I think with that burn damage, a Hex might just kill right here, so I'm going to go for it. I don't know why he wouldn't go to his Escavalier. Maybe he's scouting for HP Fire. I mean, I could understand that. I mean, nah, I think he should have gone to a Escavalier. Usually people don't run HP Fire, and if they do, they won't throw it out right off the bat and reveal it because it's unexpected, so they want to keep it that way. Anyway, he does go into his Electros right here. Do I need my lefty's recovery? I don't need it, but I'd like it, and I'd really like a justified boost from switching in Gallade, because that's what I would do. I can steal his Assault Vest. Let me do it. I'm gonna do it. Just because it's funny, yeah. I want to switch into my Sneasel, predicting a knockoff. I want to keep my Registeel's leftovers, because that helps me better combat his Ambipom and his Escavalier. Ambipom, why am I facing Ambipom? I don't know why I'm facing Ambipom. What is my coil? 2398, good. Good. I'm probably gonna finish this series with... Yeah, okay, there's a knockoff. Wow. Give me this Assault Vest. Yum. Item stolen. So that helps out my Rotom. Yeah, that helps out my Rotom. It's surprising, I've never used Pickpocket before, and I've already been making use of it. It's just funny. He does Volt the Assault Vest. The Assault Vest reduces the damage from 45 to 30. I don't know why he didn't Flamethrower. That probably still would have killed, even though I'm holding an Assault Vest, but I get off the Crash and he goes to Ambipom. Even if this thing is low kick... Okay, does this thing get knockoff? Learn and Palm. Knockoff. Okay, so I'm not going to risk switching in my Rotom, even though I don't think he'll go for a knockoff. As exactly, he just fakes out. So, what do I want to do? I'm going to Toxic, as he does just low kick, and that does so much damage. Jesus Christ. That actually did a lot more than I was expecting or am happy with, but he does just low kick again. I'm going to pull a switch into Flygon. Let's see if he just returns or something. He does just low kick. So I take that, and I'm going to pull a switch back into my Reggie, expecting him to not use low kick. He could very well knock off this turn if he has it. I don't know why I'm not going into my... I just try and make him not go into his... into his Escavalier. I'm going to Tect, even though it could potentially be a lost turn if he doesn't just Voltage. He actually just knocks. See, I'd switch in my Gallade if I had Justified. Because Justified would be really nice right now, and I keep forgetting to make that change. Most Escavalier don't run, most Electros don't run HPI, so I'm going to take the risk. Switch in my Flygon and Roost Up on this thing, as I'd like to keep my Registeel's lefties again for that Escavalier primarily, so I can get off more damage on it, as he just Giga Drains. So I'm just going to U-turn right here into my Gallade. I'm willing to, yeah, I'm just going to U-turn into my Gallade. I think that should be fine. How much does Gallade take from Electros moves? Gallade. I'll use Bulk Up. I have the potential to tank it, but I'm not going to go for it, as he just pulls the switch into Rhyperior, so into Rotom I go, and here's the Wisp, as we do see that it is lefty's Rhyperior. Did it take damage earlier from something? It must have taken from something. Okay, I get off the Wisp. That's great. As he gives up his rocks, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm fine with this exchange. I'm gonna sub. I don't know if he has Rock Blast or... Okay, he just Ice Punches, so he may not even be running Rock Blast. Oh, Protect, right. So he doesn't have Rock Blast, which means this Rotom is gonna cause a problem for him for sure. Man, I'm really happy with how Rotom has been performing. Like, actually really happy. He does go into his Electros. I'm just gonna hope I hit this Will-O-Wisp, otherwise I'm gonna be forced out. As I do miss, so into my Flygon I go. Yeah, into my Flygon I go. He can pull a double switch here if he wants to, or if he has HP Ice, now's the time to show it off. Although I'd be really surprised if you're not running, Flamethrower. Anyway, I'm just going to Defog. I could Roost, but I'd like to relieve the hazard pressure that's on me right now, especially, like, just in general, like, relieving the hazard pressure is just good. And I know I can switch in my Flygon on this Electros again, so there's no immediate rush to Roost Up, as I'm only really using this Flygon for hazard control and for the Electros. He does pull the switch into Ambipom. How should Low Kick do last time? Last time Low Kick did 58.5. Okay, I'll take the risk, go into my Registeel. He does predict it and go for the Low Kick, but it does not KO me, and I can just Protect. And I can keep this thing around. I should outrun Escavalier, unless it's like running so much speed, it's ridiculous. And that means I can get off one S-Toss on it, and one S-Toss is just one step closer to taking out that Escavalier. I do need to be careful of that Flygon. That's the other threat. That, like a Scarf Flygon or something like that, that could become annoying. But yeah, I can just Roost Up on this Electros. And I think this game's going to be pretty straightforward. It's actually dragging out a little bit longer than I'd like it to. But, he seems to be aware that he can just stay in. With this Electros right here, I'm just going to U-turn out, negate that damage, and then go into my Gallade. As he does just Giga Drain, so... just going to Drain Punch. Actually, I should just Bulk Up. I have no reason not to just Bulk Up. Because Bulk Up, yeah, Bulk Up's by far the best play, I think, here. As he does just Knock, so... I would have gotten a justified boost, screw you, 49. My fault for not changing it, though. I'm just too lazy. I don't know, I just didn't want to stop to change that. Anyway, he does go into his Escavalier. I'm really willing to make this trade, get that damage off, as he just goes for a Mega Horn, and holy, that hurt. But I'm able to live because of the Drain Punch recovery and the +1, and this means I can just take him out with another Drain Punch. If he wants to switch out, that's fine. Nothing really to worry about at this point. I think I'm pretty comfortably have this win. As he does switch out into his Flygon. Okay, so I get some recovery from that. I'm really not worried about this. Even if he takes me out with Gallade with that EQ, which he does, I can just... Okay, well I can literally just go into my Flygon and EQ. If he uses any move other than... Okay, yeah, so he has Choice, which is what I was expecting, and that EQ means I'll be able to take out this Escavalier. I'm just going to U-turn. Because I can. As, yeah, that happens. I'm going to go into my Venusaur. As Venusaur, I think, kind of cleans this game off, but I just want to be careful about how I handle that Flygon. Obviously, I think that Flygon has potential to get out of hand. How much does Sludge Bomb do? I'm just gonna Leaf Storm as he does U-turn. Okay. I don't think he'll be able to outrage. He could. He very well could. So maybe Synthesizing was the best play right there. I don't know why I didn't think about U-turn chip into outrage damage. Because my Registeel is weakened, of course, so I may need to do some protecting with that, but and I don't have Shard. He actually Rock Slides. That's really weird. I don't know why he wouldn't outrage. But I'm able to take out the Flygon, so we pick up that win, and I'm going to end this live right here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe, leave a like, comment, do your thing, and I'll see you guys later.